We're joined now by Zaire Wade. Brandon Leapaper with you courtside. Zaire, 6 points for you in front of your dad, Dwayne Wade, and Gabrielle Union. What has the environment been like these first 3 games with Sierra Canyon?
The environment is crazy. We don't have a lot of fans. so
Not in San Diego.
No, we're not down here. But it's a lot of diversity, and it's cool. You know, we just feed off the energy and just hoop.
Great environment to play in for sure. What has it been like just being a part of this program with all the hype surrounding it?
It's been a learning experience. I for sure think I've gotten better, you know, on and off the court. So far it's been a special group, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
We're joined by Zaire Wade, 6 points in a win against Cathedral Catholic. You guys were down 12-0 in the first quarter. What was the message in the huddle when you went down double digits early on in this ball game?
Coach just trying to, he just kind of pulled me aside, you know, just trying to pick it up on defense, energy-wise, and the offense will be there. We was missing a lot of shots, so we were just trying to attack the basket, you know, get easy layups, free throws, whatever it might be.
Any doubt from your team that you would come back?
No. We definitely knew we were going to come back, and we did it. So.
How do you plan on dealing with environments like this going forward? Your next game's on the road as well in Texas against Duncanville. This is probably going to be the norm for you guys unless you're playing at home.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of home games, so we just all going to have to just get used to it. It's us versus the world. That's our motto. That's our mindset, so we're going to keep it.
Us versus the world. Sierra Canyon certainly with a big season on hand, and we're excited to see them so much on the ESPN networks. Thank you so much for joining us, Zaire. Great game for you. Sierra Canyon wins this one over the Cathedral Catholic Dons. A 13-point victory for Sierra Canyon in this ball game. A fantastic game for Sierra Canyon. They win it 75-54 over St. Augustine. All right, BJ Boston, thanks so much for joining us. 2 games in, what is it like playing on this Sierra Canyon team?
Playing here, it's a blessing. You know, we work hard every day. We prepare. I think Coach Andre has us prepare every day just for games like this. So I feel like we was good and ready to come out and play.
Coach said, he joked, he said this is the first time you played defense. What's your reaction to that?
No, I always play defense. He always on me about defense. I feel like since I've been here, my defense has been better, and, you know.
Well, defense is one thing, but you had some pretty big dunks in this ball game. What's it like being in so many of those plays?
Being in so many of those plays, I think I'm used to it because I feel like the hard work I put in, it prepares me for games like this to show my talent.
Looking at your final numbers, 23 points, 6 rebounds. This game was close, 3 points at the half. What did Coach tell you guys about what to do in the second half?
Second half, I feel like we had to play with each other and not play of the crowd. And, like, I feel like we came out and played better offensive and defensively, so I feel like that was it.
You mentioned the crowd. Certainly was a pro St. Augustine crowd. Are you expecting more of that this year with all the hype surrounding this team?
Yeah, I feel like every game is going to be packed like that.
You're going to have that kind of mentality. How do you guys react when the crowd is like that stacked against you?
You know, we just breathe and go do what we practice.
Well, Sierra Canyon certainly off to a good start, 2-0. BJ Boston, one of the top recruits in the country. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for
really
having me.
Appreciate it. Great game for you. 23.6 rebounds for him as Sierra Canyon wins by 21 over St. Augustine here on ESPN. Welcome back to San Diego, ESPN High School Basketball. Number 8 Sierra Canyon with a battle on their hands from St. Augustine. It's only a 3-point lead for the Trailblazers. Hi, everyone, and welcome back in to Montgomery High School, this fantastic gym. I'm Brandon Leapaper, and I'm joined by Rashid Ghazi. Rosh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. We got a great event. It's a great way to kick off the high school basketball season. 3 games with Sierra Canyon, and St. Augustine's not only hanging in there, they're giving a big challenge. That's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So, Rosh, you're a partner at Paragon Sports. Why don't, first of all, you just tell the people a little bit about what you do and how you make these events come together?
Sure. So we've been in this business for 30 years, televising high school football and basketball games mainly. Our relationship with ESPN started back in 2002. We were televising high school games in Chicago with the public schools, and then we got an opportunity to put LeBron James on TV in Cleveland.
That's a pretty good opportunity.
It was an amazing opportunity. So someone said, can you put LeBron on in Cleveland? And I said, why would we want to put him only in Cleveland? Let's take him to ESPN. So we brought the idea to ESPN to put LeBron on as a high school player, and our basic pitch to ESPN was he's going to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And the idea was everyone had heard about him, but no one had seen him play because the internet was not as developed, right? So What you had was LeBron was in the cover of SI, and then ESPN actually assigned Dick Vitale and Bill Walton to do the game, and we ended up setting a record rating on ESPN too. We did the highest live rating on ESPN to that point in its history with LeBron James.
And now you've got his son playing with Sierra Canyon. A number of big games coming up on the ESPN networks this year. We feature all 10 of the top 10 teams in the USA Today Super 25. You can see on the screen number 5, Prolific Prep against number 3, Hillcrest Prep. That's December 5th. We've got DeMatha and Montverde, 10 versus 1. Sierra Canyon plays Rancho Christian, the number 1 recruit in the country, Evan Mobley, in that game on January 11th as well. You've got some big-time games coming up.
We do, and I think there's a theme for high school sports this year, and a trend that we've noticed. It's that big-name kids are pairing up with other big-name kids. So if you take Hillcrest, they've got Dale and Terry going to Arizona, playing with Donovan Johnson, right? Then if you take Prolific Prep, they've got Namari Burnett, who's an absolutely great guard, playing with Jalen Green, perhaps the best backcourt in the country. DeMatha's got a big man, Hunter Dickinson. He's teamed up with Earl Timberlake, who's going to Miami. And then conversely, Montverde's got Cade Cunningham with Scott Barnes. I think that Montverde duo of Cunningham and Barnes, it may be as good as D'Angelo Russell and Ben Simmons. We'll see how that goes. They won the Geico National Championship. And then, you know, if you go back even here looking at Sierra Canyon, you've got B.J. Boston with Zaire Williams. So these duos in high school basketball surrounded by other 3, 4, 5-star talent is a big theme of ours this year on ESPN.
Yeah, you talk about big names. We've got 2 of the top recruits in the country. In fact, the number 1 recruit in the senior class, Evan Mobley of Rancho Christian, and the number 1 recruit in the junior class as well, Jonathan Kuminga, both coming up on the ESPN networks.
Yeah, our recruiting analyst, Paul Biancardi, absolutely loves both of these athletes. I don't know which one would be ranked higher if you put them in the same class, but Mobley is agile. He can shoot the 3, he can drive, he can handle the ball. He is absolutely amazing. We had him on 2 or 3 times last year. Looking forward to having him on again this year. He plays Sierra Canyon later on this year on ESPN. And if you recall, last year Rancho Christian upset Sierra Canyon 61-58. As far as Kuminga goes, it's going to be absolutely amazing because they're playing against Sierra Canyon, and we also have him on a couple other times. He's a tremendous talent as well.
Super teams and super schedules as well. That's Rashid Ghazi of Paragon Sports Marketing, who puts some of these fantastic events together. Thank you so much for
Absolutely,
the time,
my
Raj.
pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Awesome to have you with us in this great event. We'll be back with the second half of Sierra Canyon and St. Augustine. After this, it's ESPN High School Basketball. Welcome back to Montgomery High School in San Diego. Sierra Canyon fell behind 12-0, but at the break, they are in front of the local team, Cathedral Catholic, 25-19. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Brandon Liebhaber with you, along with Mikey Williams, one of the stars of high school basketball, a fantastic freshman. How are you doing, Mikey?
I'm doing good today. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for taking the time. Well, Mikey, you're a freshman. You just played your second high school game earlier tonight here at this gym, scored 50 points. What has the start of your high school career been like?
It's been really good. I've been really excited for it. I've been waiting a long time, all the talk, just from my coaches for the last 2 years. Like, I can't wait to play my first high school game, to get the season jumping.
One question I want to ask you, you played with Bronny a little bit on the AAU circuit. He's obviously on the Sierra Canyon team. You're not on one of those super teams. You're staying home at San Isidro High School. What went into that decision?
Just the relationship I have with my coach, I just wanted to put on for my hometown. So I kind of grew up under my coach. My coach and my dad actually coached together, when I was born for a long time. So my dad kind of made the promise to him that I'd stay home. And I just wanted to stay home, put on for my city.
Well, you're certainly doing that so far. We have some footage of you from earlier, and you guys were wearing some fantastic uniforms. The pink uniforms, they say Border Boys. You made 5 threes in the first quarter. How long have you had that stroke from deep? I've seen a lot of highlights of you dunking, but now you're really knocking down the outside shots.
I've had it for a minute now. I started to kind of get it back in January.
Okay.
And, from lifting and doing all that, I kind of lost it, but I'm starting to shoot a lot more, deep shots in my workout, so I'm starting to get it back.
Well, when you're playing teams, because you're not on a team like Sierra Canyon, they're going to focus on you. How do you deal with that when defenses are keyed in on you?
I just calm my game down, and I have players around me. I have 2 D1 guards around me and my team can really shoot the ball, so I just let the game come to me.
And you certainly do that. 50 points in this ball game, and it's not just the outside shooting. You've displayed really a whole array of talents. in this game today. You had the block, and then on the other end, able to finish in transition. Do you pride yourself on being an all-around player?
Most definitely. I hear a lot that I'm a dunker or a scorer, but I just try to show off my whole game, just let the game flow by itself.
So how would you describe your game?
I say I have a little bit of LeBron in me because, I'm great at not rushing, and I kind of have an all-around game, I play defense, I'm long, so I pass the ball really well. I'm underrated. Passing-wise, a lot of people overlook that, but I think that's one of my best skills I have.
That's a high bar to set. Have you told LeBron that you compare your game to his?
I don't think I've told him that yet. Our conversations have been real. We've had a couple, but they've kind of been real short. But I haven't had the chance to tell him that. I'm sure he's seen it, on the video or something.
All right, last question. I talked about the uniforms already. The pink uniforms, they say border boys across the front. You obviously are really close to the border in San Ysidro. What went into those uniforms and deciding to wear those?
Like last November, I want to say, me and my teammates was just like, we need to come up with something for ourselves because, Shadow Mountain, it really kind of took after Shadow Mountain because they had a nickname for themselves, and we was like, let's create something, and then it just snapped. I was just like, let's call ourselves Border Boys.
That's amazing. The one and only Mikey Williams, at Mikey on Instagram, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's got 1 million followers. This is a 15-year-old with 1 million followers on Instagram. He has a very bright future, and we are so thankful he joined us today. Thanks so much for the time, Mikey. We will certainly be hearing from you soon.
Thank you so much.
Brandon Liebhaber back with you, joined by Dwayne Wade, who is just a proud papa right now. Dwayne, is that right?
Oh, 100%. I'm enjoying this, man. I'm sweating underneath this sweater right now, but this is a good game for our team. They're getting challenged tonight.
Hey, you mentioned that. I said 12-0 to start Cathedral Catholic. Were you surprised by that?
No, not at all. I mean, these guys can play basketball, and they came out lackadaisically, and those young guys on the other side put it on them early. So, like I said, this is good test for us. It's very early in the season, and we need games like this. So I'm happy about it.
That's part of the reason I think you come to Sierra Canyon is to play competitive games. It's quite the schedule that the Trailblazers have this year. How excited are you for some of the big marquee games like this?
Well, we're very excited. To have opportunity to have the team that those guys have. They all like each other. They all enjoy playing together. So we get to be fans of theirs and sit over here and cheer for them and scream at them and do everything. So we're very excited about this season. It's a long year. Obviously, at the end, we want them to be competing for a state championship, but it's a long way to go before then.
Brandon Liebhaber with you on ESPN, joined by Dwayne Wade. We're getting ready to start the second half here at Montgomery High School. Sierra Canyon in front 25-19 after a slow start. What did you see from the Trailblazers that helped them get the lead going into halftime?
Definitely their intensity on the defensive end of the floor. They did a great job. Once they was able to set up their trap, they had to put the ball in the basket to set it up. But once they did that, they caused a lot of havoc out there and turned the game around.
All right, ready to start the second half. Cathedral Catholic with the basketball. I'm joined by Dwayne Wade, father of Zaire Wade, and the uncle of Davion Morris as well. What's it like having your son and nephew both on the same team with Bronny James as well?
Yeah, Bronny's my nephew as well. I mean, it's great to see those guys be able to play the game that they love together. Obviously, myself, LeBron, and our family, we love the game. So to see our kids competing together is, you couldn't have written a better script.
It was the 1 year that Zaire and Bronny could be on the same team as Amari Bailey knocks down a triple. So how important was it for them to be on the same team with Zaire a senior and Bronny a freshman?
It worked out that way. We're thankful that they get a year together. I mean, Bronny is somebody who we will see be playing for a long time. And we're trying to work Zaire to get into, that point. We're excited about it.
Opina Anyanwu with the bucket. It's a 7-point lead for Sierra Canyon over Cathedral Catholic. Dwayne Wade, proud father and a super fan. I noticed you've got a sweatshirt on with the names of all the players on the team. Have you taken this team kind of under your wing?
Well, I mean, these young guys, they play in the game that I also love, and, all of us. So, we're their fan right now. This is not only, Bronny and Brandon and Zaire and other Zaire, it's all these guys on this team competing for something special, and we want to show our support on the sideline for them. So we'll be wearing gear all year, and we'll be here cheering for them.
So much hype surrounding this team with all the prospects and, the people that are following
this squad. What is your impression of the team? We're in just the third game, but what have you seen so far?
We got a long way to go. I mean, Zaire Williams is not even playing yet. This is the first time these guys have played together. So it's going to be a long season. We're going to get better and better. I say around January, we'll be pretty tough. So we just got to stay healthy, keep listening to coach, and keep playing together as a team.
You mentioned the coach. Andre Chevalier has done a great job. Couple of state titles as B.J. Boston lays it in and gets the steal. B.J. Boston. Oh, he misses, but Shai Odom is there for the putback. And we've got a timeout on the floor. And this is an electric atmosphere right now. What do you make of this kind of atmosphere for high school games?
I mean, this is awesome. When I came Friday to the game, I said I never played in front of a crowd like this in high school. You know, this is great. One, to prepare those guys for the next level as well, and hopefully the next level after that. But, I mean, this is moments and memories that they will have forever, so it's great.
Dwayne Wade, thank you so much for joining us. Proud father, proud uncle, proud fan.